guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you part one of the SR4U Boot Awards, highlighting the best soccer cleats / football boots of 2015. Now before we get started, there's a couple things to keep in mind. First off, this is my personal opinions based on my personal experiences with all of these shoes. All of these awards, like I said, are my picks. Your picks, your opinions, your experiences may be different from mine. So if you have picks for all the different awards that are different from mine, let me know down below in the comment section. It'd be cool to see what everyone's picks are for all the different awards for 2015. Another thing to keep in mind is that all the shoes that are featured in the 2015 SR4U Boot Awards are shoes that came out in 2015. So shoes like the Mercurial Superfly 4 and the Magista Obra, two very popular models that came out in 2014 that are still popular in 2015, weren't necessarily eligible to win any of these awards. If you want to see the 2014 SR4U Boot Awards, I'll leave annotations to part 1 and 2 on screen. You can go ahead and check it out. With that being said, let's get into part 1 of the SR4U Boot Awards for 2015. The first award is the best lightweight boot of 2015. Now last year it was the 2014 F50 Adizero that won. This year it's the Nike Mercurial Vapor 10 in both the synthetic and leather TechCraft variations. Now technically the regular Vapor 10 was around last year, but this year they introduced the TechCraft version of the Vapor 10, and Adidas didn't really give a great response to that 2014 F50. The 2015 model was significantly heavier, and then obviously with the Adidas Revolution, we never really saw anything particularly lightweight from the X, Ace, or Messi lines. Puma had obviously a very lightweight shoe in the EvoSpeed 1.4 SL, but that wasn't a very practical shoe in that it wasn't the most durable. So I really thought that the Vapor 10 this year, pretty much all year long, was the best option if you wanted something thin and lightweight, but also a shoe that offered really good traction and a very responsive feel. If you wanted kind of the best of all that, the regular synthetic model is the way to go, but Nike also gave us a leather version of the Vapor, something people have been wanting for a very long time, and what we haven't gotten since really the initial Nike Mercurial Vapor 1, we got a kangaroo leather Vapor 10, which is a lot different from the synthetic version, but if you still want something that's nice and lightweight, very thin, but at the same time has premium kangaroo leather on it, this is pretty much your best option out there and just a very unique shoe overall. So for me, best lightweight shoe of 2015 definitely has to be the Nike Mercurial Vapor 10. The next award is for the best synthetic soccer shoe of 2015. Last year there were two winners, the Nike Mercurial Vapor 10 and the Puma Evo Power 1. This year I picked these guys right here, the Adidas X15 Plus Prime Knit. Now, the Adidas Revolution was obviously a very big event in 2015 where Adidas wiped out their entire lineup, the Predator, the Nitro Charge, the F50 Adizero, and the 11 Pro line, and introduced the X, the Ace, and the Messi line, with this particular model of the X15.1 being a Prime Knit modification that gave us a Prime Knit upper, which for those that aren't familiar with it is a knitted material similar to Nike's Flyknit technology. Now there are lots of great synthetic shoes, especially ones that came out and were available all throughout 2015. You could still make a case for the Nike Mercurial Vapor 10. You could make a case obviously for the Flyknit models from Nike, the Obra as well as the Superfly. But for me, the most unique experience from a synthetic shoe that was also a very positive experience, I think, was this guy right here, the Adidas X15 Plus Prime Knit. It improved upon all the little things that I thought just weren't right with the regular X15.1, fixed all those problems, then introduced this Prime Knit upper that is, in comparison to other knitted shoes out there, I would say is most similar to something like a Nike Magista Obra, but just a little bit thinner. So it's kind of in between the Obra and the Superfly in terms of thickness, but it also has a one-piece enclosure that you can't really tell, but definitely do notice when you put these shoes on your feet. They're comfortable, they have a nice solid feel, it's got that FGAG stud pattern, and again, it's just a really comfortable, good shoe overall. So for me, best synthetic shoe of 2015 is the Adidas X15 Plus Prime Knit. The next award is for the best leather boot of 2015. Last year the winner was the Nike Tiempo Legend 5. This year the winner is the Nike Tiempo Legend 6, which shouldn't be too surprising. This is a shoe that's had a lot of hype around it, and for good reason. It's a great performer. You get a premium kangaroo leather upper with the added benefit of an internal support cage that just makes this shoe surprisingly responsive without taking away from the natural traditional fit and feel that you would expect from this style of a soccer shoe. Not to mention it's very comfortable, has a great sole plate and stud pattern, and looks the part as well. I think it's a pretty interesting shoe, a good blend of modern and classic all in one single shoe. So for me, the best leather soccer cleat of 2015, hands down, has to be the Nike Tiempo Legend 6. The next award is for the most unique soccer cleats of 2015. Last year I had two winners, which were, of course, the Nike Mercurial Superfly 4 and the Nike Magista Obra. Two very, very good winners, and definitely the most unique shoes that were available last year. But this year I have two winners as well. The Adidas Messi 15.1 and the Nike TechCraft pack, which consists of a Superfly, a Hypervenom Phantom 2, a Magista Obra, a Magista Opus, a Hypervenom Finish, as well as a Nike Mercurial Vapor 10. So lots of different shoes in the TechCraft pack. Of course, we had a Nike Tiempo Legend 5 as well, but that was a colorway variation, not necessarily a different version of the standard Legend 5. But nonetheless, these were all very, very unique releases. The Messi 15.1 for a couple different reasons. Visually, it's obviously a very distinctive looking shoe. Some people love it, some people hate it, which is a good or bad thing depending on how you want to look at that. But the type of feel that it provides and just the experience of wearing this shoe is just very, very unique. It's thin, but it's not overly thin. You have this very large, somewhat bulky kind of support cage on the outside of the shoe made from rubber that also added grip on the ball. It's not particularly lightweight, but at the same time, it's not heavy either. It offers really good traction, a nice solid feel. And again, it's just a combination of features that you wouldn't expect to find on one single soccer shoe. And then with the TechCraft pack from Nike, we essentially got kangaroo leather versions or kangaroo leather modifications of all the very popular high-end shoes that Nike's producing at the moment, which was a really cool thing to have because it gave us some interesting modifications of already very, very good shoes that weren't necessarily better or worse than the standard versions, but something just a little bit different, which was cool because we got that opportunity to have a little bit of variety. And if you've always been one of those people that has wanted a kangaroo leather Superfly 4 or kangaroo leather Magista Obra, Nike made that available to us this year in 2015 in two different TechCraft packs. So that was a really cool and definitely a unique release from Nike as well as Adidas, which, like I said, Messi 15.1, Nike TechCraft packs, for me, the most unique soccer cleats of 2015. The next award is for the best takedown model / best value of 2015. Now, last year, the winner was the Nike Mercurial Veloce 2, the first takedown model below the Nike Mercurial Vapor 10. And for 2015, as you guys can see, it is the Veloce 2 once again, both the synthetic and the newly introduced leather variation of the shoe. Now, I don't like giving the same award to the same shoe 2 years in a row, but this is one of those things that I thought about for a very, very long time. And in all honesty, out of everything currently available on the market at its full retail price, there still isn't a better value than the Nike Mercurial Veloce 2. Essentially what you're getting, at least with the synthetic model, is the Vapor 10 minus the one-piece upper and all conditions control for almost half the price. It really is a fantastic shoe, a shoe that could easily pass as the Nike Mercurial Vapor 10 if the Vapor 10 wasn't introduced in the first place. It really is that good. So for $130 and a shoe that you can regularly find below that $130 retail price, this is an absolute steal if you're looking for something thin and lightweight, also very responsive and provides great traction. Plus, they gave us a TechCraft version this year, so if you want that same type of kind of feature set, that same type of styling, but with a more padded leather upper, you do have that option this year with the TechCraft version of the Veloce 2 as well. So for me, best value / best takedown model of 2015 is still the Nike Mercurial Veloce 2. All right, guys, that is it for part 1 of the 2015 SR4U Boot Awards. If you want to see part 2, there'll be a link down below in the description, and you'll also see an annotation on screen that'll take you to the part 2 video. Like I mentioned at the start of this video, if you have any of your own picks for all the different awards in this video, leave them down below in the comment section. We'll see how your picks differ from mine, as well as everybody else's. It'll be kind of a cool little thing. If you have any questions regarding any of these awards, leave them down below in the comments as well. I definitely will get an answer out to you. If you enjoyed this video, found it helpful and informative, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information linked in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.